All right, so we're going to get to our final set critiques of the day. This one's going to be of Plague, Von, Karma. And the cool thing is we got K-Roll Duck Hunt. So I don't think I've actually been able to properly talk about this matchup at all. And do have a decent amount of experience in it. Of course, I play both characters, so I know what one character abuses versus the other. And vice versa. So we're going to have one Duck Hunt game, one Duck Hunt set, and then I forget what the last set is. It's a different character, though. But we're going to talk about the Duck Hunt stuff first, since I know that's what you guys are all here for. Overall, obviously K-Roll's a heavy, so not a good matchup for him. However, out of all the heavies there, does pretty good, all things considered. Like, you can abuse armor like crazy against Duck Hunt, and K-Roll having a projectile does allow him to play a lot safer against Duck Hunt compared to a lot of the other heavies. The biggest thing, though, is if the Duck Hunt player is really locked into their projectile pattern, that becomes very easy to read with crowns and all that. So that's easy to get through. But as long as they're mixing that up, and then they're like properly calling out the landings from roll with like clay pigeons, it is super hard to get anything started. And then the other thing too is the Duck Hunt's good. They can edge guard K-Roll pretty easily as well, because you can drop down Gunman, and if there's no way to reflect it, then they can just get hit by that. Then not to mention there's Can coming at them too, and then they have the dog as well. So as long as the Duck Hunt knows how to do it properly, it's very hard for K-Rolls to recover. And then if the Duck Hunt knows when to throw out the clay pigeons at the right time, then you'll not only be getting like massive punishes, you will be killing him pretty consistently as well. But K-Roll does have a lot of good anti-Duck Hunt tech to him, so it's like you do need to be careful as Duck Hunt in this matchup. And it's like I do think he has enough that like the heavies by far just get demolished by Duck Hunt, but I think like K-Roll is like one step better than that in terms of fighting us. He's definitely harder to fight. So with that said, we're gonna shut off Where's the Exit, and we're gonna get into this. And also, she was fighting the underdog. If you guys do not know who the underdog is, let me introduce you to the underdog. This is a legendary. You know what? We're not gonna do it. But just look up the underdog Smash 4 and look up his cartoons. That's all you need to know. That man is a legend. But yeah, so like basically to fight Duck Hunt as a heavy, you just want to focus more on the vertical. So like just jumping over the clay pigeons is going to be the main thing you want to do against a spammy Duck Hunt. And then getting around Can and Gunman that way is probably what you're going to want to do. The other thing too is if they do like to throw clay pigeon a lot, specifically on the ground as K-Roll, if you dash attack it, clay pigeon just disappears. You're not going to have to deal with any of the after hits as well. So if the attacks are strong enough, it'll disappear. Dash attack is very consistent at doing that. So if you're a K-Roll player watching this, that's something you want to abuse. Yeah, it was right of him to go for a grab there. So I feel like most would have gone for the jab. And that was a really good setup for up smash there. It's just that Plague decided to jump and be smart about it. And there we go. Good rinse there. Yeah, if you can keep Duck Hunt juggled, that's like the best situation you can put yourself in. And then like if you just nair at the ledge, there's not too much Duck Hunt can do about that. And I remember you were talking about that Plague. What happened was he was too late on his punish. That was the reason why you're able to counter there. There he could have done a lot more off that clay pigeon, but oh, that's always so hot. You know, and when they play the stage properly, it's so hard for K. Rool to get in because like just navigating around those platforms and then just making sure you do nair or fair perfectly when going through it's rough. Yeah, when he's doing that animation, that's F smash, so you can just like jump on top of him and like hit him with down air. Yeah, and I also focus a little bit more on using Cannonball in a lot of situations, especially off stage. So like when Cannonball hits the can, it just kind of drops down, and most of the time it will like cut off their path for recovery. So like actually, yeah, that's one of the strongest setups you can do. If a Duckin has to recover, jump, turn around, Cannonball the ledge, and then just watch it drop, and they can't do too much about it. There we go. I just love that you finished with the 69 too. Man, I mean, there's a lot of punishes you could have gotten, but it's just like, it's just more of like obvious boxing scenarios, and then just kind of always having in the back of your head, like, okay, if you clay pigeons, I'm going to go for a hard punish. It's just when you have that in the back of your head, you get a lot better things. But the one we can talk a lot more about is this one. And I think we have to get the Mario mix back on. It's always worth it for that. You know, I'm going to be kind of mad if I get demonetized for like that 1 second there. Let's see. It's only one song that we can do for this. Starring Wario. Yeah. I mean, we can talk about all the things that could just help you end it early and stop his pain and your pain at the same time. Now, surprisingly, the song works very well as a K. Rool montage song. Now that I think about it. So it is just the song of a fat, greedy bastard, so... But I mean, so far you're doing the things that you need to do. Like, from what I remember, game 1 was good. It was after this that it got a little bit rough. And I mean, that was a really good edge guard there. And then you just wanted the style there. Obviously, Nair's the more optimal option, but, you know. It's just kind of whatever. If you get the correct read, and that was definitely a misinput. And I feel like it was like after you did that reverse, the reverse blunderbuss. I feel like that's when it like started falling apart. Like there, you could have just dropped down there. He probably would have died. Yeah, and then you can interfere with like the can push by throwing out the crown like that too. Yeah, you cannot do the blunderbuss vacuum in this matchup just because they can chase you down so easily with so many different projectiles. So you pretty much should never focus on using that. And that kind of shows why. It's just like they have zero reason to be next to you, so it's not even worth going. And if they do throw a projectile at you, it just goes right through it. So it's just like there's too much bad idea involved with like blunderbuss vacuum. And there, of course, you could have just started to juggle with like up air, but you wanted the stomp. And then, of course, like Duck Hunt's always going to be sharking the platform with up air, so down smash is very good to just get around that. But you know, you kind of want to save that one at the back of your pocket. And of course, you can just cover more of the platform with like short hop fair, but that's something you wouldn't know. Like for this matchup, you definitely want to keep Duck Hunt off stage a lot more than you just want to juggle him. Though juggling is still very good too. It's just a, like K. Rool, like his best hitboxes are his horizontal ones for the most part, so yeah. Just focus on using those and then just keeping that up air fresh so you can just demolish Duck Hunt at like 80%. What? Gotcha. Yeah, I guess I should point out some of the things that Duck Hunt could be doing as well. Like, definitely pressuring with, like, the can as much as possible is sort of what you want to do. Like, yeah, there we go. Like, just keep juggling like that. Stay spaced back. And yeah, just... I don't know. Whenever I'm playing this matchup, the only time I ever remotely think about using Vacuum is if I'm on Battlefield and I'm doing a ledge guard. Other than that, I'm never using Vacuum in this matchup. Because, like, there's a lot of times, like, the Duck Hunt will just, like, drop down and, like, throw out a projectile, and it'll just go right through the Vacuum. I love that thing. It just reflects behind for some reason. Yeah, of course. You just did a down air instead of one that would have gone through. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, a lot of your options from ledge, like, you just wanted the stomp, so it's like, I understand that, but yeah, obviously up air, nair probably would have been much better options. More specifically in the ledge ones were up air. Definitely what you want to be doing. Hold on. Yeah, no, but like the thing with me is like, so if Can is out already, then I think I'd be more comfortable with going with Vacuum. But if Can is not out, I just would never Vacuum. That's kind of the biggest thing to look for. Like, I remember like I was fighting one of my friends' banjos, and I tried to go for the Vacuum a lot at ledge, but like every single time he'll just like go back from the ledge, do a grenade, and it just blows up on me. I'm just like, ah, God dang it. So it's just like, if they got good projectiles, like if Can is available, they can just nullify Vacuum immediately with that. Or Clay Pigeon. The ones that know the matchup will Clay Pigeon every single time they see a Vacuum. Yes, yeah, you definitely should be doing a lot more with Cannonball. Like, in that first game, that's what I wanted to see a lot more. Yeah. Like, Cannonball is very good for just like interfering with Can's path. So then that way you have like a distinct area that Can cannot go in. And that's still powerful in of itself. Yeah, so like this is good zoning right there. And then just, yeah, just to make sure like you throw it off the can every single time with that crown, that's really good. There we go. Obviously he should have canned in that moment, but he didn't. Yeah, so like there, I would have liked jumping to the platform and throwing out a cannonball, but you're able to like cover all your tracks with that. Yeah, like that moment, he was nowhere to be found for that down smash. That was definitely pretty Hail Mary. And then, of course, there, just watch your movement. Okay, gotcha. I'll keep that in mind. If I see anything that's just, like, super out of whack, I'll ask if that was, like, intentional or not. Yeah, I do remember, like, there's a lot of times it looked like you could have just, like, nared out of situations and it looked like you didn't. But, like, obviously that one you did. That's what I remember when I was first watching. That's too bad. If that was, actually, no, I don't remember if the Quake actually can break the Clay Pigeon. Like, I think it has to be the foot hitbox. I'm pretty sure that was within the Quake. Oh, yeah, you destroyed him. I can. Okay. Okay, yeah. So I guess he got the good animation of it, because like Clay Pigeon starts in front of him, but then it goes behind him. So I think he got the moment it was behind him. So I think we're on FD now. Oh god, there's a bug right in front of me. I want to slap it. You know, I just realized, just talking from a pure presentation standpoint. So there's a border, and then the screen is small. So there's another border, and then there's the game. Oh man, it chopped it up a lot. Yeah, so honestly, FD's not a bad one to go for K-Rool just because you do have your projectiles in order to control the ground. But like, if Duck Hunt's not approaching you, feel free to just throw out the Crown, then Blunderbuss. So Crown first to just like kind of knock everything away initially, and then Blunderbuss so it can go farther. Yeah, there you got your jump. And the good thing is, like, it's very hard for Duck Hunt's down air to go through K-Rool's propeller pack, so you normally don't have to worry about getting dared from that. The other thing that he's not doing is he's not doing the shield can setup where it will blow up K-Rool every single time he tries to recover. Yeah, if he can time up tilt correctly, that's actually very good for going around, for knocking the can off of you. And your approaches are just getting a lot better too now. Yeah, okay, so he's not dumb. He knows he can do that. You're very close to taking that as well. Is it? Yeah, then it disappeared. It was like, please run. Yeah. Yeah, Crown Blunderbuss is specifically if they're not approaching you. Obviously, like, you know, you can watch the Duck Hunt and see what they're doing. Like, the second you see them approaching you, you obviously don't do it. Oh, you were so close to getting that one. Also, if they are a very heavy Clay Pigeon one, just dash attack right through them is, like, it's so strong against them. Let's see. I guess that's true, yeah. But yeah, no. So far you got... You know, this is a matchup you need to be jumping a lot for. It's like, Clay Pigeon's so deadly. Oh, yeah, no, I remember seeing that just being sad. It's like, you could have just, like, jumped there and he probably would have died. Ah, there we go. That's sweet, sweet down smash. You know, I mean, that, like, obviously you just kind of, you're playing mostly what you needed to do. It's just like, a lot of that time he just kept you in disadvantage, and you just kind of went for like one bad read. That's mostly what it comes down to. It really is. Yeah, I remember it was like the last two games. I think that's when I was like a lot more sad, like watching this set. But definitely, I haven't seen you try to do like the dash attack against Clay Pigeon, because like that stuff works really good. Like when you know they're gonna do it. That's the other thing too, because dash attack goes so far, you will generally hit the end lag of every single projectile pull that we have. Yeah, you got to be careful with that thing, because like even if you do like suck up Duck Hunt too, and he can chase you with the can, then that's not a safe blunderbuss of vacuum as well. That's the reason why it's like it has to be very niche situations that you use it for. Oh, he's shutting down, are you? Oh boy. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, no, that it looks so hard for you to hit MDK when you were fighting him. Like, see, like that's fine. That's like the one time you use vacuum in this matchup. And yeah, so that's the other thing. So if you have like those low percent things and you expect them to try to Clay Pigeon out, just dash attack will just cover so much. Because like if they do a can, it hits the can and them, knocks them away, and they get hit by both. Clay Pigeon, you just win. And then Gunman, obviously, you win too. So dash attack is just such a good thing to go at lower percents. Oh no! Let's see. Let's change up the music too. Okay, we back. So now we're gonna have the entirety of the soundtrack of Mario Mix Dance Dance Revolution going on. So we have upgraded the music. But yeah, no, recovering against Duck Hunt, it's mostly just like coming down and recognizing where they're maneuvering the can. And you kind of have to recover low in a lot of situations as rule. But that's just kind of more of rules limited mobility. Yeah, you definitely could have killed him with up tilt. Well, that's also the best too. When they spam Clay Pigeon and then reverse crown gets them. That's some sweetness. Some of those downs. Okay, so real quick, was that down smash intentional or not? Because like that wasn't the first time I saw you go for down smash like below the platform like that. Oh, well, that was a very different outcome. Especially once the charge was there. Okay, well that lag's actually, oh, that's awful. I just realized this is the theme of iDonuts' plant cord. I think this is Piranha Plant Slide, if I remember correctly. Not Slide, because that's a Mario Kart stage. But yeah, now obviously there you could have done a little bit better, just doing the ledge trap stuff. Ooh, yeah, you have to be careful with the can coming towards you. Yeah, fighting Duck Hunt in lag as a heavy is one of the most brutal experiences you can ever undergo. That's for damn sure. Oh, that's what that was? Oh, no. I thought you were trying to do just like a reverse crown setup there. And I was like, yeah, that was not the time for that. Oh, this is called Underground Mozart. Yeah. Yeah, if they like to clay pigeon a lot, up throw is going to be the one that you want to go for. Up throw is so good for getting around to the clay pigeon breaks. And of course, just be careful about jumping forward, because like duck hunts are mostly looking for that. Whether they know it or not. And did you ever think they were going to match up Rap with the Turkish March in a Mario game? Oh man, that was actually a pretty good parry. You know, he might be lag switching you. It's always possible. What? That's C bouncing crowns working overtime. Oh, that was a really good response, actually. I feel like most people wouldn't be fast enough to get that fair out. Yeah, like now that you've got the advantage, now you're in looking good. So one thing to remember about Duck Hunt is because that duck is not disjointed, you can just be going for trades in a lot of situations in this matchup, and you will always be coming out on top. So don't be afraid to avoid a Duck Hunt attacks. Like, just call them out with your own attacks, and you'll win every single time. Like, the only time you can't do that is if you're specifically fighting the smash attacks. Yeah, it's hard. That was really good use of fair to just get around that clay pigeon too. Ah, poor gunman. Yeah, I feel like one thing that you could work on is just like controlling that short hop distance a lot better. Because I feel like it's not something you're looking out for too often. Like specifically just like around like where the platform range is. Oof, yeah. And that was a really good placement for the blunderbuss. So if he had a crown going there too, it would negate the can, and then he couldn't jump because blunderbuss was there. Oh man, he barely just mashed out of that one. Also, Duck Hunt is one of the easiest ones to get hit with Dare at Ledge, but obviously it was super laggy. But For a bad one to go for. Oh man, it was just as laggy in this as it was. Not quite as much of a PowerPoint presentation as it was before. So did you want me to look at yours or not? Okay, but yeah, no, you cleaned them up at the end. Don't review your clips. Okay, I won't do that. Kind of was. But all right, yeah. I mean, mostly what it came down to is just like, you know. I mean, considering it was super laggy, it's really hard to do things. But like, if you believe they're gonna clay pigeon, use dash attack because like that literally just disintegrates it, and you don't have to worry about it. So once you kind of have that in the back of your mind, use that a bit more. Just focus on controlling that short hop area a little bit more with like cannonball, and I think you'll kind of notice like a lot more of his options being negated because it's harder for him to ping the can that way, and it's harder for him to follow up behind it. So it's like he's going to be locked to like moving on the ground for the most part for a little bit, and then you can either call that out with like a crown or you can call that out with roll himself. It's just you have to be aware of the can coming above you too. I think with like those it just changes, and just watching what aerials you need in certain places, you'll do fine. Yes, definitely vacuum less. That should be just like a bold, underlined, like red marker and everything. Vacuum way less. Definitely, that's the easiest one I could do. But yeah, no, dash attack is so good. Like, yeah, vacuum is fun and all until it like gets you consistently 80% and you die. Let me see if I can show this off real quick. And we shall pause some Mario Mix. Oh, whoa. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure you know what this looks like, but just for the audience watching at home, this is why. Just when I like realized that you could just reshoot vacuum infinitely, that did change the way that I looked at this character. Okay. Now we'll have a little dash. There we go. There's like a specific timing for it though. Huh. Or maybe it's the soft toss then? Okay, let me try soft toss, because I remember... Interesting, huh. God, what was I doing then? Because like I know for sure I was able to consistently just like flat out make clay pigeon not exist. I mean, generally that's the way that you do it. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know why. Like, when I was doing it, I was able to consistently do it in a way where clay pigeon literally just, like, disappears. Like, it disintegrates. Like, it doesn't do the explosion or anything like that. And I know it's because of strong hits. So, I'm not sure. Huh. What was I doing then? I don't know. I did something for it to work. Okay. Wow. Well, that's out of the way. Let's just go on to the next one. So I don't think I watched this one. I know I watched I watched the other Kirby. I didn't watch this Kirby. Okay, so I'm honestly not too good at playing against the heavies, but I know the one that I'm confident in beating in is always Incineroar's K-Rool. Just because like it's pretty easy to keep him out. It's just, of course, Revenge is nutty in this matchup, so one mistake you can just die immediately. So that's always gonna be his quirk. Are we talking about Duck Hunt side B, or are we talking about Incineroar's side B? Oh my god, he sniped your head with that too. Yeah, I feel like if you're platform camping against Incineroar, there's really not going to be much he's going to do in this. Oh, Hilone will hit. Okay, yeah. Now, this is a matchup you can definitely use Vacuum for. Like, I feel like I would have caught him right there. Like, if you fought nothing but Incineroars your entire life, I could understand why you would, like, you'd be vacuuming nonstop. Except there, that was not the time to vacuum. Oof, yeah, you're just gonna be a little bit cognizant of the explosion from that up B. And then from there, you could just easily just like throw out like the cannonball there to prevent him from recovering, but just up to not to throw out a projectile there. It looks like you're trying to go for some massive disrespect thing. I think you could reverse that one too. Oh my god, I forgot about this. Good time to go around. Okay, gotcha. Ooh! Okay, that was hot. Honestly, I'm really sad that there's no remixes from this game that ended up in Smash Ultimate. Oh god, no. That's an Incineroar I'm very scared of, but at least it's spent. Now he's gonna use up right there to survive that. Oh my god. The perfect call out of that one too. I mean, wouldn't he have like a pretty easy way to kill us off of that? Or are we just too heavy? Because I can see us being way too fat too. Oh, okay, I forgot that. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, that honestly isn't too bad then. I imagine like the only move is like F smash then. And then I imagine you know what to do against Kirby. It's just, let's see what he does. So like honestly, the way that you fight Kirby as Rule is kind of similar to Duck Hunt. It's just like you control certain areas with like projectiles to like prevent him from jumping there, and then you just control the rest of the space with like your big aerials. It's just that obviously Rule's a lot less mobile than Duck Hunt is. Oh man, he did the full up B. Ooh, good read. What is it? This Camp Kirby, it's a similar thing, game matchup. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, the only thing that you can do from a far range is, like, at least control certain spaces against him. Kirby has to go in, though. Honestly, this is one of my favorite tracks from this game, too. So, like, the main thing that I'm noticing, at least outright, is, like, you seem to have a little bit of a hard time dealing with the up B. Which I'm not sure if it's just because you're trying to go for a harder punish on it. Oh, yeah, he does. He kills you at 76%? Oh, dang, that's insane. But just wondering, what are you trying to do against the up Bs? Because that's something I'm kind of curious about. Okay. So if you want, like, the lizard brain way to deal with it, you just, like, make sure you're facing them and, like, counter it for something. Because, like, at least if it reflects back into them, they'll at least be knocked away for, like, a reset neutral. You do? Okay. Was this one bad connection as well? So let me see. I've never really looked at his hitboxes on it. Let's see. Okay. Wow, he actually has a circle? I wasn't expecting that. Oh, well, his hurtbox actually does stick out from it, though. That sucks a little bit. Let me see. What does up B look like? Wait, what? That's the hitbox? Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's so odd. Like, this is literally the last hitbox I would have ever expected about rising up. Oh, that's hilarious. Frame 23? Yeah, no, up B is super slow. You can beat out so easily. Nah. Because, like, he has no attack that comes out when he first breaks it out. The other thing, too, is, like, this and, like, Cloud's up B, Chrome's up B, you can just counter them so easily. Like, as long as you have the mentality, I'm going to counter you, they will just die. Because that's literally just the tech for up B. However, what I don't know is, it does have 30 frames of landing lag. So one thing that you could do is just, like, jump up, and then once they land, just, like, hit them with fair. So just, like, counter or fairing is, like, your lizard brains for against, like, Kirby up B on stage. But at ledge, every single time, just counter. There's no other move. There's only counter for that. You could technically nair, but sometimes when they up B, like, below the stage is, like, Cloud, Chrom, or specifically Cloud or Kirby, they'll rise up against this. So they'll, like, sneak right behind the nair. So that's why I always like doing counter here. Because they don't have the auto snap feature either. Okay, yeah, you could technically crown these. But I feel like you just get, like, a better punish off of counter. Crown it for the, at least to counter the beam on Kirby, yeah, crown probably a little bit better for that. It's just that crown takes a lot longer. Crown takes significantly longer than, like, fair or counter would. That's, like, the only thing about that. Crown would just have to be super preemptive. Now that is annoying. The fact that you can't grab him out of a stone. Like, as long as you can dash attack him out of that, then that's fine. But I don't know. Stone, I feel like you do want to grab, though. Yes. Oh, he died. Was it a best of 3? Yeah, it was. Okay. That was easy enough. All of them? I mean, fair's very slightly disjointed. Bear is slightly disjointed at the very beginning. Oh, that is so weird. Like, it starts off very disjointed, and then less disjointed, and then it actually sticks out. That's so weird. Dare can negate it? That's interesting. Upper doesn't look like it would, though. Oh, that sucks, actually. Yeah, so down air is definitely disjointed. That's a disjointed move. That's a very nicely disjointed move. So that would make sense for beating it out. Let me just see if I can find any examples of that here. No, he just dies. That wasn't it. Oh, see, look, you countered it once. Okay, so that's good to know, yeah. So you can just use dash attack to beat that out. Yeah, no, it wasn't that. It's just that it missed. But, all right. Around here? Let's see. No, I think that was the part we just saw. Yeah, so down air is the one that did it, but I don't know about his other ones. Because down air's disjointed. Back air's disjointed at the very beginning, but after that it's not. Yeah, no, after this he doesn't do it. I'd be curious about the other ones, but yeah, down air would be the main one that does it. Because the other ones do not have this. Down air has this. But like Nair... Yeah, Nair's not beating anything. At least it shouldn't. Might though. Forward air can definitely do it. It's like you have enough there, I think. Yeah, like that's disjointed enough. Yeah, so forward air I think would be good. Back air is good for the beginning. Okay, yeah, no, I can see it. Okay. So I guess those are the ones then. I guess the biggest thing is just having enough of a disjoint there. Okay, well, is there anything else? I feel like that would be the last of it. Thanks, you kind of washed them. It seems like a lot of the issues were just... I mean, okay, obviously dealing with Uppy was an issue, but that could also be attributed a little bit to Wi-Fi. Also, anyone else in the chat, is there anything that you wanted me to look